let's see the chat. There we go. All right, we figured it out, team. We did it together. Okay. All right, so here's the chat. But how do I fix that? Where it is popped out. Because I don't want this to keep. Maybe what if I go like this? Hello. Someone talk to me in here. Thanks for learning with me, y'all. I want to make sure everything's all set. So, y'all are the day ones. Remember this. You guys are the day ones. The day ones with me. So thank you. Hey, what's up, man? What's up, Kareem? LFG. Let's do it. Now I gotta figure out. See, come on, man. I just want to get one more rip up here. I want to hold this channel. Get one more extension into this level, and then let's go. And then it's freaking LFG. Looking for the group. How to keep OBS YouTube chat box on screen. I wonder if I can just go to my stream. Oh, I can. Okay. Okay, here, let me fix it. Let me turn this up. All right, is this better? Is this better? Can you hear me now? Let me know if you can. Yeah, it's better. Okay, cool. My bad. All right, let's see what NQ's doing. NQ with this curling, man. Look at this curling. Man, this thing could just come straight back down to 400. Should have held that short. Yeah, can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Yeah, you must be older, man, because nobody remembers that commercial. I do that shit all the time. The reason why I wouldn't run along here is because usually when we get big moves up into these peaks, it's hard to get out because it'll wick here and then automatically retrace back. If I was here on the support pullback, I probably would have, but I wasn't watching because we had, if you look here, we had this nice continuation pattern. Remember, 3 touches we talked about earlier. 1, 2, 3. We take the support, pop. So, and this is important because most people teach trading as wait for the break of a resistance or a support and then trade the continuation. Well, it's much easier if you can trade the channel to buy the support and then hold it for the breakout than it is to wait for the breakout and then try to catch the long. Like, it's just mentally much easier. So once you see 2 swings, like for example, let me remove volume profile real quick. If all I saw was this, if this was all I saw right here, like let's say this is all the price action there was, I would immediately draw my support, my downside support, and I would immediately draw my top side resistance based off of the trends that are in play. Immediately. There's no question. This is what I do every time. Because this, especially after a dominant move to the upside where we just broke a trend. Because I want to know what is the support area that's going to hold for continuation to the upside or continuation to the downside. And it's a much easier trade to take because I'm looking for the third touch on the support. That's where I want to take a long position. And it's much easier to set your risk. So if I am trading this and I got the third touch, I take entry, I take my entry here. I set my stop just below this to invalidate it if the pattern is valid. But breakout trading is great as well too. There's nothing wrong with it. I will do it if I miss the support. But all I'm saying is that do both. Like, do both. Why not do both? Why do people think that they only have to pick one way of trading? You don't have to pick one way of trading. Look at it, and if you see something obvious, like you've got two swings here, you've got upside swings, draw the channel and try to long the support and just see what happens. And this is, and worst case scenario, we get from here to the resistance and then we move back down and you trail your profits. But I would always say just focus on adding more to your arsenal. 100% adding more to your arsenal. I used to use level 2, but I prefer to stare at candlesticks than staring at level 2 or the DOM. I just don't enjoy it. I just feel like I'm just looking at numbers. I'd rather look at price action and see how how the candles are behaving, because candle behavior will tell you what's happening. Like when we have like breakdowns like this, and then reclaiming this entire move, and then breaking through this level right here, this is bullish, 100% bullish. And I know right here that this is going to be the support. Like, I want to watch things like this happening in real time. And then I want to trade the support and resistance zones. Yeah, exactly. But here's the thing, like you could, if let's say you normally trade, six micro contracts. Let's say you normally trade 6 micro contracts. Why not start here with 2? Why not wait for the third test, do 2 contracts? Worst case, you stop out for, a very minimal loss if you're wrong. But then if you do get the move up and you do get the breakout, then you do your normal strategy and you add on the retest of the breakout. Now your average is even better. Now you got an average of 72.84 versus an average of 72.95. And where are you going to put your stop? What, in the middle of this channel? So if when you don't feel comfortable yet with taking position somewhere, that's fine. Just go lower. Just size lower. That's the main thing. Just size lower and try things out. You don't always have to hit grand slams and home runs. Like, you can trade 1 micro contract on NQ and it moves $2 at a time, and you can try out new strategies live. And then you can add when you want to add. When you've got your confirmation, you can add. You don't have to full size every single time. Let's look at NQ. NQ's moving up too. So this is what I'd be looking for on NQ right now to hold as resistance. This area right here, 25637. This is what I mean by the parallel channels. Anytime I have two bottom swings, I always will draw a parallel channel to the upside swing if I don't see a dominant pattern in play. So right now we have no dominant pattern in play. We're basically just going sideways. So we have 2 swings on the bottom. I'm going to draw the line there. I'm going to draw a parallel channel to the upside, and I'm going to watch how it reacts. There's a high likelihood we come here, we come back down, and we keep going until we get to this trend line. So we'll see what happens there. So 5 micros of silver is 1 mini. So there's that. Yeah. 5. Yeah, exactly. And it's interesting because with silver, if you're on a 50K account, you can only trade at max contracts. You can only trade 25 micro contracts. That's it. Versus like in NQ or something else, you can do 50. So I think because the tick the price per tick is so much higher. It's 5 times the amount. You can only trade half the amount of contracts you could on an NQ or an ES or something like that. So, and normally silver wouldn't move like this. I mean, if you take a look at silver, come on, man, one more peak. Look at this divergence. We're diverging so well. I just want one more peak. One more peak right here, right into this level, 73.5. Peak me, baby. Yeah, and the best thing to do is, like, for example, here, once we break the trend, you're looking for 2 things. First, I'm looking for Fibonacci to see where the possible levels that we hold are. Right, so you can see on this one, starting from this move right here, because you can see these right here. And then on the upside, go to the 5-minute. So I'd be looking for 2 things when we break a trend. I'm looking for us to either hold the Fibonacci levels, which right here, based on where we put it, we held the 38.2. That's the first thing I look for. The second thing I look for is I'm looking for diagonal swings. I'm looking for diagonal swings to the downside. And you have to have 2. You got to wait for the second one. If you don't wait for the second one, then more than likely you'll probably take an entry here when it gets over to here, and then it'll go down, and then it'll just reverse on you. Once you get the second one, you draw it, and you long the third one. You long the third one. Come on, let's go. Hit it, and let's reverse. Come on, baby. Trading live. I'm going to add a little bit here. Right here. All right. I want to hit this level and I want to reverse, baby. I'm excited. It's making me have to go pee. We're almost there. I got 73.65. That 565 is where I want to add the rest of my contracts. We're wicking. I'm going to redraw my fib level. It's right around this area, man. And it's tough, man, because like I said before, you don't know where exactly to the tick it's going to be. Like you just don't know. So right when you get in that range, you're like, man, I just got to take this and take some drawdown if I'm very confident in this level. You know what I mean? Like that's it. You just got to be, sometimes you just got to be okay with it. I'll move this up a little bit, right to where I have this, because also you never know, it might be spot on. Because I also don't want to add too many. I'm already in for 6. If we move up, I want to have a better average. So I'll move it up to this area right here, 73.7. So we'll see what happens here. Let's go, baby. If you're tuning in, it's your first live trade. Is it going to be a winner or is it going to be a loser? It could go either way. Just don't judge me if it is a loser. We try to calculate the trade and take it. That's it. And what's interesting here too is we have this expanding cone I've seen these a lot, but I've never actually like studied them, where you have price expansion in a pattern. So it's interesting. But I do have to go to the restroom. I'll be right back. We'll see what happens. I'm gonna leave it on. All right, I'm back. How we doing? Let's see what we're doing. Reserving very harsh judgment. What would invalidate it for me? I just gotta watch and see how it reacts. That's why I like to watch price action, because it will tell me as we're in this area. The wicks on the 1 minute will tell me what we're gonna do. I just ran from downstairs to upstairs, so that's why I'm breathing hard, not because I want pee. All right. Remember, this is the entry you want at 73.615. I'm not worried about this 6. I just wanted to make sure that I didn't miss, this by 0.1. What's NQ doing? You guys remember we had the NQ short? Ooh, NQ's still ripping. So good thing we got out of the NQ short. We should have just taken the $600. Yeah, I know, right? So lots of little trends here. So it's just interesting. I'm in Portlandia. And tell, if you guys are chatting with people like that trade too, like tell them to come on the stream. It'd be pretty cool. And then just since I'm taking the time, it'd be nice to have, bigger audience. And I'll just share the knowledge. All right, how we doing on silver? Let's go, silly. Silly hillbilly. Silly Silva, the hillbilly, the dilva. Silly hillbilly. Who's your daddy? Come on, man. I want 10 more contracts before you reverse. And for the long, we can look for a retest of this trend. You see how we never retested this trend? This is where I want to take my profits. Yeah, for sure. I think they just want to push. My take profit would be the retest of this breakout channel. That would be where I'd probably see some sort of bounce. So if we keep going up a little bit, break down, tap right here, this is probably where I would see. So wherever this is. And this area right here, I'd also like to watch to see what happens there. Oh, nice. Yeah, if I post in Top Step, like, hey, come watch, and I put that's why I tell people, like, hey, I'm on stream. It's in my profile if you want to come, but I'm not trying to upset anybody. But if you guys are like, oh yeah, we're watching Dre's stream, go to his profile. I don't think they say anything. So yeah, buy volume is declining on every push up. Sell volume is increasing across the board in comparison to relative. Like, look at all this relative sell volume. Now look at this sell volume here, right around this key level. So I'd still like to see one big candle up with a heavy wick. I'd still love to see that. What's up, Sofa? Here, Sofa, let me invite you to this other group. So we have a Rad, the one who always posts book maps. He had started like this little group where he just invited like 5-6 of us and was like, hey, let's all talk here. Like, everybody knows what they're doing with their specific indicators and stuff. So we just joined we had this other group, and then a bunch of, we just have a lot of the people that want to actually talk real strategy in here, not just, full port at open. So I just sent you the invite. And we talking here all day. I don't know if they'll get filled. I would really like to see one big candle up to here and then a heavy reversal wick. And it happens all the time. So I do not know. Sometimes I leave an order and I leave and it gets filled right away, right afterwards. So this also looks like, if you take a look at the larger time frame, like the 15-minute. Let's do the 5-minute. Looks like we're forming some sort of pattern right here, where we're going to go like this, and we're going to go like this, and then probably go back up here, and then possibly come down. That's a thesis. I don't know if it's true. I don't know if it's going to happen, but it is a thesis. And so now we know where we want our targets to be. Yeah, it is. If you really want it, like, it's very emotionally draining when people in chat are just like they're just saying things, and then you're reading it, and then when you read something, you're in a sense validating its whether or not it's true within the realm of reality, and you have to like turn it off basically every time you hear it. You're like, no, I have to shut this off. So it does get annoying watching there. So I actually don't really read comments. I will randomly glance at them, but I'll just post my analysis and what I want to do, or if randomly somebody says something interesting. I more look for charts in chat than I do read comments. And that's what you all should do too. Like, don't, if you guys want to chat in the chat, that's totally fine. But don't, don't poke fun at what you want to be your career. Like, The people who joke around about the things that about the career they want to have, they never make it in their career. It's a joke to them. So it doesn't mean you have to be like mean to people that talk like that, but you just ignore those comments and focus more on the charts. And then if a chart interests you, then read into it and ask questions about the comment around it. But try to do your best to ignore everything else. I know, we'll see. It might. You never know. Yeah, for sure. E-Prod? I don't remember. I'm sorry. Was your name E-Prod when you were talking to me? I just opened this 150K account because I have a 50K that's on its last payout. Um, yeah. Oh, nice. Yeah, so I have a 50K. So, but that was my 50K was my first one, and then I just opened this 150K, and I just opened this one 2 days ago. Look at this shit. First week, I was up quite a bit today. I was at 8K, and then I tried to fade the NQ rip, and then I went too heavy on the contracts. But yeah, we got 40K in 3 days. My goal here is to get this to 150K, and then that way when I go live, I have 150K to go live with. But somebody told me like you don't want to go live because everything just becomes more complicated, and that I should just take 4 payouts and then farm sim money, but it just doesn't seem like logic. I just don't understand the logic. So if any of you are in a live account, please give me some advice because right now I'm just trying to build this up. I can go live. I'm like 3 days away from the fifth payout. 4 days away. Who wanted the invite to Corvus? Corvus is just a group that Rad created. You know Rad, the guy who always uses Bookmap and just goes over Bookmap. He got tired of the full port people, so he made a Discord, and a lot of the cool people that like actually talk about technical analysis and stuff and want to learn and ask the right questions are all in there. I think there's like 20 of us, and we just talk about shit. Yeah, just add me on Discord so I know what your username is, or just send me a message and then I can send it over. How's our trade doing, y'all? Let's go. But it's cool. You should always look at your trade analysis too. Like, I think it's kind of once you're live after 30 working days, you can take daily payouts. Interesting. It'd be cool to take daily payouts, but then it's kind of scary, man. Like, there's a certain like status. There's a certain like system to like I work for the week and then I get paid at the end of the week. I don't know. I enjoy it. You know, I enjoy not being able to go in and just like, give me money, you know. Um, Hold on, let me. Big Cheese, FD Trades. There you go, guys. I sent it to you. But please, no, like, no degen talk. That's the main thing. Like, we all have urgencies to want to gamble. Just want you guys to know that it doesn't. Nobody is immune to it, unless you're like a robot. And we're kind of like building this server, which is kind of cool. So whatever one of you that are in it is like kind of like from the ground up. So we're gonna have to get some people to be mods, because I'm assuming over time we'll just like, every day there'll be 3 or 4 people, and then other people invite people, and so a lot of that stuff. But oh yeah, so what I was gonna say is it's pretty cool to look at your stats. Stats are pretty cool. Trade percentage does not matter as much. Here's why trade percentage doesn't matter as much. Well, first, it's fully dependent on your trading strategy. Here's why. If I hold trades for 15 to 30 minutes, and I only take 2 or 3 trades per day, then trade win percent matters a lot. And it matters a lot because you don't have the volume of trades to be in a deficit, right? If you're losing 2 trades and you're winning 1 trade, but you're only able to take 3 trades, then your ability to gain profits is minimized. It's significantly minimized because your time is spent for that day. So when you think about trading, I want you to think about it as the best metric is your return on your time. Return on time is the best metric. Okay, and as you become more tenured in this job that you have, you will be able to calculate your return on time. So I think about return on time as I don't like right now. I'm just chilling. I'm bored. Like I'm not thinking about right now as this is my time I'm spending. I'm just doing this for fun. But when I'm in the market trading, like when it's 6 in the morning Pacific time until 1 o'clock Pacific time, like I am in the market, and I could be doing something else to make money. The metric that matters is how much money am I pulling out for how many hours? Like, what's my hourly rate? Am I making $4 an hour? Am I making negative money per hour, right? And how many hours of negative money am I losing? So return on time, I want you guys to analyze that. As you're earlier in your trading career and you're still in the school phase of trading, it doesn't matter as much. But my strategy specifically is many strategies. So I take a higher number of trades, but my win rate is lower. And the reason why my win rate is lower is because I like to get out of my trades fast. If I don't feel something, I like to get out of my trade very quickly. So I'll show you my stats real quick. Wi-Fi money's in. What's up, man? Hey, man, I appreciate all the notes, man. No problem helping too. It's kind of like what we want to do is just help out. So if you take a look at trades under 15 seconds, 10. Okay, so there's been trades that I've only successfully gotten 1 out of every 3 of these. I've been successful. So and the reason why I'm probably profitable in some of them is because when click get out, it probably moves a little bit, like $1 in my or point in my direction, and I get $20 out of it. But the majority of these are losses or break evens, and it's okay. Sometimes you get in a trade and you're like, you know what, dude, I'm not making this decision for the right reason. I need to get the fuck out. Like, no, like, well, I just pressed the button for no reason. I gotta get out. 1 to 2 minute trades, I have a very low probability. It's one of my highest. So 50 trades, 1 out of every 5, I've been successful, and that's probably because it's like a point. That's probably a break-even trade that I was maybe a little bit green in, but usually within the first couple minutes of me taking a trade, I have a good idea of whether or not I made the right decision. And you should too. You got to go with your gut. You got to read the chart, and you got to be like, oh shit, this is not what I thought it was going to do. I got to get the fuck out. And usually you can tell within the first 2 candles after you're taking your trade, because the 2 candles afterwards, as long as you're not stuck in a range, the 2 candles afterwards will tell you if you were right or wrong. A lot of the times it will. Especially with how I trade, because I trade trend lines and I trade patterns and I trade support. So if I'm trading a support on a trend line or a support on a pattern and it breaks below where I drew my line, where I was like, no, this has to be the support, then I got to get out. Like, and it takes 1 to 2 candles for me to know that. And I will get out of my trade very quickly. 2 to 5 minutes, also very high. And then 5 to 10 minutes, I have the highest. So I have a 70% win rate for trades I hold for 5 to 10 minutes. I have an 87% win rate for trades that I've held for 1 or 2 hours, which tells me that price will, if it doesn't go in my direction right away, it will swing in my direction. So that's a good metric to have. It's a very good metric to have. Holding trades for a long period of time doesn't mean that you're timing everything perfectly. It's telling you that, you know what, where I'm taking these trades, it's eventually going in my direction, whether right away or in a little bit. So I should feel confident when I'm taking my positions in my trade. I stay out of, the only time I trade chop is when I'm trying to scalp the ranges. Like when I'm trying to scalp the tops and the bottoms, which is just getting in and out. But I try not to do that as often, because ranges are typically in the volume profile, in the middle of the volume profile area. And usually I can tell, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to trade the resistance and the support on this. I don't want to get stuck in the middle. So, so your question is, when I think of ranges, it's different, right? Because there's 1 minute ranges, there's 5 minute ranges, there's 30-minute ranges, and they're all different sizes. Oh, what are we doing? Oh, dang, we came all the way down to 73.20? That's probably like $1,200. Okay, we'll see what happens here. If we make it up there. That's a nice wick. But I do like trading ranges 100%. But I've got to be comfortable with what either pattern or channel we're trading in, and I trade the support and resistance for sure. And I usually don't hold for the entire range. I'll get out if the market's not trending. I tend to get in and out of trades much faster than when a market's trending. If a market's trending, I like to buy a support and see how long I can hold it for. What's NQ doing? So NQ is diverging too. So this looks like a good short on NQ also. We are right here. Where's the retracement from here to here? So 50% is right at 72, so about 75, so about 30 points up. We have this trend right here that we're about to hit. So we will see. All right, silver, what are you going to do, man? A little bit higher, buddy. Come on, man. If you're going to do it, at least give me my extra 10. Do you guys ever just like watch the price on the right side and just start talking to it like, okay, 470, 465, 455, and then just start talking to the price on the right as if like you're trying to control it? You may still get it. Who knows? We'll see what happens here. Don't move it up. Just wait. If it's meant to be, it's meant to be. This was the area that we saw originally, so I took this trade early, and we could have. I mean, it was a decent area. I mean, it was $1,000 trade, but we just didn't get out. I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention. So if I would have seen this happen, like us hold this and then move, I would have closed right here, because this to me tells me that we're going to break through this and continue up for a little bit. So I would have closed right here on this trend break. Yeah, for sure. I also sometimes watch the Dom and I'm like, just like colors, and I'm like, oh no, don't go that way, Dom. Go down, please. So we have the third touch here, right around that price. So I'll probably stay on for maybe 5 more minutes. I gotta go to bed. There we go, tapped. All right, let's see what happens. we're just all sitting here quietly trying to figure out if we made the right decision or not. I think we made the right decision, but maybe not. Who knows? Okay, baby. Let's go. Keep wicking. Yeah, for sure. Sometimes you just gotta wait. And that's the shitty part about staring at the 1 minute, is because while you stare at the 1 minute, it's so time goes by so slow. Every minute goes by, and then you go step away and come back, and 5 minutes has gone by, and you just see more to the picture. You know what I mean? I mean, in areas like this where we could have like a range, like sometimes you gotta let it go a little bit against you, a few thousand. But really, for me, it's more about price action than it is about the drawdown. Like I said, you could have just missed it by, you know, 10 ticks, and then it reverses. So the benefit of having sim capital and you build it up is it's play money. You get to play a little bit, play around a little bit, but you play around when you're at the levels that you feel like are your levels. You know, no risk, no reward. But that doesn't mean just click buy, you know, with max contracts just because you want to gamble. Like, it's different, you know. It's the first time we've had 3 red candles in a row in a while. So that's good. Good sign. Let's get a 4th red candle. Let's get a 4th red candle. Come on. Sell it and make it a 4th one. I gotta go to bed soon. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, protect it as long as you can, and then as you feel more comfortable, you can go a little bit bigger. No stop loss for me. Price action is more important. When you're trading fib extension levels, it's very hard to pinpoint the exact price, and so you've got to give it a little bit of room to breathe. But don't do what I do. This is just how I trade. I'll walk away sometimes. I'm just monitoring this one because I'm gonna go to bed soon, and because I'm sized pretty big, I just want to watch it. If I have a good entry and I can set a good stop, and let it just do its thing, I'll walk away. But I gotta go to bed soon. It's late. We have this little pennant forming here. This is all low volume. Look at this volume, it's so low. This is what I call a bullshit candle, where we have momentum but no volume. It's a bullshit candle. What are you doing, man? Is this just a bullshit? Come on. All right, I gotta go to bed. I'm wondering if I just let this play out a little bit and I'll just leave it for a little bit, but I don't want to watch it anymore. So I will see y'all tomorrow, and I'll post in chat if, or tag me if this thing dumps. Well, I'll see you guys for pre-market right around 9. I'll be done. Seeing what happened. So, peace out, y'all. It is a good level. We don't know. I mean, this could reverse right now. Again, we're trading kind of in a range. Like, look at this. Look at this sell volume. Breakout back into candle. So that's what I mean. Like, you can't let 5 bars in a 0.3 range like freak you out. If you know you have a level, you take the fucking level. That's it. No fucking pain, no fucking gain. You know what I'm saying? So, and based on my statistics, things that I hold for more than an hour tend to work out 85% of the time for me. So I'm gonna bet on myself, 100%. So yeah, make sure and invite other people to this too, please. It would make me happy. I'd appreciate it. So I'll see you guys tomorrow.